What is up, YouTube? What is up? We are back after 3 months, 4 months. I am terribly sorry for not keeping you guys updated on life. Life has just been lifing. There's no other way to put it. I'm excited because I got some exciting news. First of all, excuse the mess. This is not really like me. I just came back from a run right now. Wasn't prepared. On my run, I said, hey, I'm gonna come back home and film this YouTube video, keep you guys updated just because it's been a minute. So that's what we did. Unscripted, just going with the flow. Phone, I'm not even, look, that's my actual camera right there. I texted Shiro, I said, hey, where's the SD card? Because it's not in there. She's like, I have it. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm recording you guys off the iPhone 4K, still looks great. So fuck it, we ball. What's latest? What's new? I suffered an injury post LA Marathon. First of all, let me give you guys an update because I haven't posted anything. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, then you guys won't see post LA Marathon and kind of even like the last days leading up to it. So quick recap. LA Marathon, March 8th, I think it was, first weekend of March. And yeah, I failed. I did not hit my PR. I suffered significantly, dehydrated, cramped. I think I got like 3:45. I got something 20, 30 minutes off from my desired time. You know, I could make all these excuses in the world saying it was the time change because it was daylight savings. It was 90 degrees out there at one point when you're running. The hills, there's all these factors, right? But it comes down to the simple fact that I just didn't prepare well enough for that. Again, I'm man enough to admit that. I don't have pride or ego that's gonna not admit that. Like I said, it is what it is. I failed. We live to see another day. It's part of the game. It's part of the sport. Fuck it, we ball. So that's first things first. I got like 3:45, 3:50. I'll put it somewhere right here. Leading up to that, about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before that, one of my last few night sessions, I was running down the street from my house. And so I live by a river trail. I usually take that route. And I was running at night. This is silly me. I didn't have any light on me. This is dark. This is February, so it's still in Orange County. It gets dark starting like at 6. And I went for a run like at 6:30 or 7, probably like 6:30. There was the pavement, the gravel, and it was uneven. It was like that. So I had one side that was shorter and one side that was longer, and then in between this little area right here, there was like a gap. So I was running. I was already on my way home. I was close to like maybe a mile and a half away from my house. And my footing, my left toe, my big toe gets caught in this little area from the higher part of the uneven gravel from this one right here. So this little area, I'm running back home and then my foot gets stuck and then I go forward. So all my weight, I'm running and I get stuck and I fall forward. All my weight just goes forward and I land, luckily I kind of catch my fall with elbow, forearm, and a little bit of hand, and I just face plant. It's like, oh, it took me a second. I wake up and I'm just like, what happened? What is this type of thing? It felt like I got hit by a truck. I've never been hit by a truck, but that's the closest thing I can compare it to. It was not fun. So had that happen. And I still ran LA Marathon. And again, that could have been a contributing factor to not hitting my PR. My PR, in fact, was I was going for 3:20. Anything honestly under 3:20, I would have been fine with. My current PR is 3:22 from Honolulu back in December of last year. All that going on, all those contributing factors led me into the race. And I performed with whatever I had. Gave it my all, and was unsuccessful, and that's okay. That's part of it. You win some, you lose some, you live to see another day. So I took some time off because I have been marathon training from August of 2025 up until March of 2026, with a sprinkle of a couple weeks from that time with no training due to holidays. So Honolulu was December 2025. There was like a week where we stayed there in Hawaii, and that whole week I didn't run. And then the next week was Christmas and I didn't run that. So it was like 2 weeks. And then as soon as we came back home, I was already immediately training for LA Marathon. I gave myself a 2-week break. And so I was just nonstop on the go, boom, 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 which is what I prefer, which is what I like. I love it. But my body was telling me otherwise. And, you know, I didn't give myself time to heal from that toe injury because a week and a half later was LA Marathon. Again, I didn't give myself time to heal properly, not even like a full week of resting, because I was just boom, boom. And I kind of gave this time to reflect and to be like, okay, this is kind of my sign to chill out and just kind of rest. It got kind of worse when I tried to still run after a few days, like maybe 3 or 4 days with Run Club. And again, it just wasn't getting any better. March went by and I was like, oh, dang, what the heck? April came about and I was still, like, I was able to walk, but it was one of those things, it was noticeable. It was enough for me to notice, to be like, hey, I'm not even running and I'm walking and this is still, it's just uncomfortable. A couple months went by and I decided to go to the doctor, and long story short, I got it checked out. I was afraid it was some type of, like, I don't know, maybe 2nd or 3rd degree sprain, some sort of fracture, bone fracture. I didn't know, again. And I got x-rays done, everything came out good. The doctor, the PA actually said that, hey, got x-rays back, you're good, nothing came about. I would just suggest heating and icing and give yourself another couple more weeks until you can come back. And so that's what I did. I went early May. I didn't start running again until June. So I gave myself another month to rest and fully, you know, give myself that time. Fast forward to June, I finally get my first pair of trail shoes. Before that, during that time that I had off and I was resting and I was really just focusing on the gym, I do want to state that I'm so grateful for this happening to me, because it's allowed me to focus on other areas of my life that I wasn't focused on, in terms of my one-on-one coaching, just in connecting with more people, my relationship with my girlfriend, other areas I wasn't able to focus on because I was so dialed in from August of last year to March. So again, when it happened, I was disappointed. Like, I felt like I was a failure. I didn't get my PR. I was sitting on the sidelines for like 3 months. And, you know, you can get in your head about it. You can mope and pout, and which I did. I'm not gonna lie. For the first couple months, I was just like, this is frustrating. I hate this. Like, why, right? Hindsight 2020, I'm grateful for it because, like I said, it's allowed me to focus on other areas of my life, my one-on-one coaching, connecting with my friends and people I haven't connected with in a long time, Run Club, just other areas of my life that I wasn't able to focus on because I was so dialed in. So I want to, you know, state that, yeah, during that time of reflection, I was like, what do I want to do? What's next? I've done 4 marathons now. I've made a lot of progress in terms of my time and PR. My ultimate goal with the marathon is to hit sub 3, and that's still the goal, and I will get that one day. That's just not right now, but in the future, it's there. I will get that, and, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. In the meantime, I was like, I don't want to run just another marathon just for the sake of it, right? I need something to push me, to challenge me. And I was like, okay, if sub 3 is there, it's in the distance, and I don't want that this year, what's next? It came down to a couple options, a couple other destinations that I wanted to maybe travel to and run and experiment with that again, just like what I did with Honolulu. Down the street from my house, not down the street, but like in the same city, is a 50-mile ultra marathon. And originally I was gonna do one up north. So I'm from SoCal. There was one up in North Cal. I was telling Cheryl, hey, like, you know, she has family out there. I was like, hey, we can make this a whole thing. We can go see them, and then we can do the 50-mile ultra, and kind of like what we did with Hawaii. We'll make a trip out of it. And so for the first month or maybe a couple weeks, that was the goal and that was the plan. And then I found out about this one through another mutual friend who's doing it. And I said, you know what? It's sooner. It's relatively close and in my backyard. And why not? Like, I have no excuse. So I said, fuck it. Let's sign up for that. At the time that I signed up, it was about 19 weeks or 18 weeks. Right now I'm in week 17 of training. So this is probably about 3 weeks ago. So like week 20-ish, around that, give or take, where I was ultimately like, okay, like this is the one we're gonna do. Like we're gonna plan for this. This is the one we're doing. Yeah, that's pretty much how this came about. And now, again, I should have recorded this on week 1, which was last week, but this is week 2. Had a lot going on week 1 in terms of getting adjusted, and who's ever trained for a marathon and or an ultra can tell you the first week, I would even say the first 10 to 12 days, that first week back sucks. That shit sucks. So mentally, physically, I was just getting readjusted, and not running for 3 months does a lot on your body when you get back into running those first 10, 12 days. I was just kind of getting readjusted to that. We're on week 2 out of 18-week prep for the 50-mile ultra marathon. I'm excited. It hasn't really hit me yet because we're still 17 weeks away. I know once it gets closer and I start really going into the trenches in terms of the prep, it's gonna really hit me, be like, okay, this is really what it's about. October 10th, I set to go beyond the boundaries and push my limits and really test myself and see what I'm capable of. That is ultimately why I'm even doing this. Like I said earlier, I need a push. I need something to scare me. I need something to genuinely get me out of my bed and be like, if I slack, I am going to suffer and I'm going to fail at this. I don't want that. Well, a part of me wants to suffer because that's why I'm doing this, but I don't want to suffer to the extent of knowing I could have given it my all and given it more in certain areas. So I'm excited. Again, this is week 2. I am going to take you guys on this journey and on this prep for the next 17 weeks. My goal is to put out 1 video a week on YouTube just to show you guys the prep and keep you guys updated. I'm almost ashamed that I've gone this long without posting content and keeping you guys updated. I guess I had this idea that if I wasn't running and prepping for a race, that there wasn't anything to post about, which is dumb because I've done so many fun things from LA Marathon up until now, but I'll catch you guys up on that. I'm just so grateful to be in this position to run and to push myself, because I realized as I get older, there's not a lot of people out there who could do this even if they wanted to. And I'm just so grateful for the people around me. I'm grateful for my girlfriend, for my mom, my stepdad, my sisters, my close friends, my buddies, my mentors, people who are just around me and constantly motivating me and pushing me. And thank you to everybody who's sending me, just great wishes and, just helpful messages from, post LA Marathon and that recovery time, and just kind of like that gray area and that awkward time where it's like I didn't know what was happening with my injury, and just up until now. So I can't wait to take you guys on this journey with me and show you guys what this 50-mile ultra marathon prep is about. Appreciate you guys. See you guys for the next video next week. Peace.